server will reject. So those information all will record, and those information will be finally will be move this component will show what the result is. So here is the login interface. So it's totally give a web interface for that. Yeah. Here you can select at this area, you can select what kind of data to view, and here the data was categorized by a lot of applications. Like we have a demo application, like a push notification. Push notification actually is a kind of notification like the short message kind of things. So we have a lot of demo application here, so you can categorize by this. But so far, I merged them together to see the overall of the system, how many sections was connected in our system, and below is the total session number, and the session was categorized by two kinds of sessions. The device session and the web session. Device session means it's a kind of native workload, and the web session maybe the device using the web browser to access it, because the workload can support the hybrid developer, both the web-based and the native-based and the hybrid developer mode. So it can support every kind of situation. And here is it will calculate the number for each day. So data is useful if you, it will give you a treatment how the application be used by customer. If some special event happens, maybe like Black Friday, maybe that's the application will have a peak time throughout, so you will know what that will looks like and what the treatment. So you will make a prediction activity to prevent this get the peak time. So that is the information, and at the end, that will give us outlook of what application, the first chart, what would the application be used, and the second chart is can be used to say what kind of operation system the customer like used. Like if the iPhone user more like this application, or the Android user more like this application. But sometimes it's matter, because maybe the iPhone user have more money, they like that kind of application. But if Android, they have another more open, more kind of things. So you can, from there, you can have an insight of if your application needs to, what the money put to enhance the performance or enhance the outlook. So the last part is the concept I mentioned, is the adapter. Adapter actually is, you can say, is a hub to connect the backend. So which adapter will call the frequency, it means this kind of application to use more, and more they will have the potential, have the performance issue that will impact the customer. So those will give you all the information about overall what about your application end-to-end looks like. So the next thing is a more interesting thing and more valuable for business is the new device. If a new user using a new device to access your system, it will record here. So you will see how the treatment of your customer, if it is increased like a bomb, or it increased very a lot. So you also will get an insight of how your application behavior for customer. So that will also help you to design the design. So that is the overall of the information. And the next is the device. Device, each person using a mobile phone have identical device number. So actually, the mobile first can control your device. Like all you access something, like reject your access something. If it find you harm the system, it will reject you. So that will be helpful. So here is the information about the device, how many device was accessed in that, and also about what kind of, there is a little overleaf with a friend, like what kind of operation system be used and what mode be used. But there is an interesting feature is that here is like JSON store, like those kind of things. But for JSON store here, because we didn't have the sample data for the JSON store, so it's 0. That is interesting. So it will list all the device ID here, so you can see what's the behavior of each. And here it will give you a flow. And then here, let me take another example. Here the flow will tell you which backend application goes through. So you can see that actually this here is the number. Total there was 12 call in the backend adapter. But which adapter you used, that will give you detailed information. Actually here are 2 adapters. The light blue here is 10, and then the deep blue here is 2. That will give you insight about how the user using this function, which function high, which function lost for different users, and you can know what a user wants to do with the application. So those information is very good used for the design and the control of the whole application operation. And the more useful thing is the network. Due to recently mobile is a central system from the network, so the network performance will be a very important information you need to know. So here it will give you a lot of information like how long, how many calls which will be called. So this information also can find from previous. Here is the absence part. It will give you a round trip time, like how many times your request will be responsive. And also it will tell you how time it is spent on the back end. So from this case, you can see that World server is very lightweight consume the CPU. It's only 235, but you can see the back end is very heavy. So you know that you need to put your focus on back end to get better performance. So all those information will better help you to know what's your system pattern.
How real is this? I mean, is that true though?
Actually, this is our very minimal system. So this is almost true because like the study we used for the comparison with x86, the work-life didn't cost much CPU than backend.
So backend takes that kind of a big difference.
But this the backend number is a little big. To be honest, it's a little big, right? Because we using the system is remote, so it's also included the distance of the backend and the local server. Yeah, because we are across the 2 lines to do this, so this number is a little big. So those information can let you know about the detail. And the security is the most important things. Like I mentioned, here is the security information. It will tell you how many times the user attempted to access the system. And that attempt is friendly or is not friendly. So those information will show here. You can, from those information, to know if the user is normal user or not. And the most important function I want to introduce here is the search. Actually, all those information here is show up by the tools and in the dashboard format. But how about if you want to customize show those information? How do that? Search is the methodology behind that. Actually, it's a full text search engine behind it. So you can search any information in it. So here I will give you a sample how to do this. So like there, I take one device ID. I want to search all the information about this ID, what this ID doing. It very quickly return all the information with you. It's 500. So you can see that this is the login information, and it will give you which data and what kind of message for that. And for the part below, you will know, or it's kind of a call or response. So from those information, you will diagnose what happened, and all this information will be recognized or recorded in your system. So I think that will give you a chance to customize how to use this information for yourself. So that's all the information I want to show here. But there's a lot of information I didn't cover. So if you're interested, maybe we can continue to study this part. So back to our chart.